The heroes of Heroic taking on the Danes in Astralis. Of course, there's Danes everywhere in the server, but today we get a very special treat, a very nice one indeed, as Astralis bring in Yugi and things start to take shape for the Astralis camp. Welcome back to DreamHack Spring 2020, everybody. This is a Masters, and this is the place to be as we go forward, looking for all of the points that you can collect here. Astralis and Heroic, a great place to start, and starting with me will be Blett and Potter, ladies and, well, excuse me, lady and gentlemen. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Want to hang out?
Right. Yeah, we're on Hangouts as well. Yeah, that's true. I'm excited about this game. Like I said before the break as well, Astralis, Heroic. This is a matchup where coming in without the change with Glaive, I would have been like, yeah, Astralis probably have this one in the bag very comfortably. But with Yugi coming in, it's a big question mark. Now, people might be thinking, oh, it's almost like a stand-in playing, right? It's going to be his first game, his first professional game of Counter-Strike in almost 5 months, Potter, and that's quite insane if you think about it. But knowing Astralis, knowing Zonic, knowing that org, they've done their homework, so I don't think Heroics should be taking this easy.
So, Christine, let's just kind of compare here for a second and really look at it this way, because, you know, Astralis coming in and saying, hey, we're going to have a multitude of players under one banner, under one lineup. Why has this never worked, historically speaking? Why has it been something that we've strayed away from in Counter-Strike to now?
You know, that's a question that, because Counter-Strike, again, it's a game of milliseconds. And when you require these players and you demand them to almost play to perfection every round after round, you gotta have synergy, you gotta have precise communication. And that's just not something that you can consistently achieve with changing out subs, changing out players, and consistently changing out your roster. And so, yeah, in the past, we haven't seen any success with subbing in a new fifth. But if there is one team in the world that can possibly do it, it's gotta be Astralis, right? So while it is gonna be very challenging for Astralis to be able to make this a successful project, I think that it's gonna be very interesting to see how they actually approach it, because the potential to have a dangerous combination of different value, different impact from different kinds of players is huge, right? And so I'm excited to see what Astralis can actually do with a 7-man lineup.
So I guess if we were given the keys to the kingdom to you two, how would you approach this in terms of, oh, we're able to sub people in at every half, or we want to just start games fresh with them all? How would you approach a multi-person lineup or a multi-substitute lineup?
I think the subbing in between the halves thing, I think Blast were thinking of doing that. That might be pushing a little bit too much, in my opinion. I'm not personally a big fan of that. But having a 7 or 8 or 10 player roster, maybe the entirety of the country of Denmark, I think it could definitely work here. And like I said, it depends on the system. And adding to what Potter said, I think she makes a lot of valid points. But adding to what Potter mentioned, it's also, looking at history of Counter-Strike, it is hard to have like a big roster of players playing, right? And then let's say you sub a player out saying, all right, you're out for right now. We're not used to them handling that level of stress or tension of, oh, am I not good enough? It could be a negative impact on your mental state. But if I were given the keys to the kingdom, as you so nicely put it, Stana, I'd probably make it map-based. That's the most obvious one, right? It's like, all right, you have a few map specialists over here, and you have a few role specialists over here, and you kind of mix it up here and there. And that actually gives you a lot of options and avenues when you're trying to get anti-stratted by your opponents, and especially for the top teams like Astralis, you're going to get anti-stratted day in and day out. And once you have the options of having multiple permutations and combinations of those players, it makes things a little bit more trickier for opponents.
Yeah, and there's a whole slew of tricks that could follow behind having multiple people playing in one lineup, which is, it's just a crazy thing. And I think luckily for us is that we are sitting on the front line of it. We're going to get to see this sort of evolve and mature in real time, and that's only going to take time, right? So that's how these things go. Speaking of time, I think it's time we heard from Astralis themselves.
Very quick, mate. It's coming a bit of a spot of bother.
Today we're playing with Yugi. It's the first time we're playing an official game with him. We haven't had much, if any, time to prepare with him. We're just gonna try to do our best. I feel like that's not usually what you hear from Astralis. We always expect to win, and of course we expect a good result today, but we have to be honest to ourselves, and we can't expect too much too fast. I think we are really thrilled to play with Yugi. He's an amazing player and an amazing talent.
And if you're pushing her, I'm going squeaky. Lovely work from Device.
Yeah, that's amazing from Device, but Glaive getting that shot Robo, that's...
I think that in general we just have to rely a little bit more on the individual skill than the team play that we usually do, and I think that's basically the game plan for today and moving forward in this group stage is just getting Yugi to feel comfortable in the team and just build upon that.
We're going to get you comfortable, Yugi. Also, on top of that, we're going to have to ask you to call up and...
Trace. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Trace. You muted
Trace?
yourself, Trace. You messed up, Trace.
Here we go.
Now you can hear me, though, can't you?
There we are.
Saved.
Yes.
Hold on, we got to take care of that person. Hey, yeah, you're fired. Okay, got that under control. Now, what I was trying to say was this. Now, of course, with Astralis growing, that does kind of leave a lot of moving parts around the Danish scene as a whole. We can begin to talk about Heroic, who they are, and what they've offered up on the table here. What do we know of Heroic, other than what Christine has let us in here with? I think that would also be a good point to start again, if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, Christine's happy about Tessus and Nico coming back from, their old days in Optic, but let's be real here, Potter. They didn't do much in Optic, did they? I mean, yeah, they had their moments. I guess it's nostalgic, nostalgia and whatnot, but I do agree. I think I'm pretty happy to see a roster finally for Mr. Cadian. They were looking pretty decent, I felt like, near the end of the year, near the end of 2019. And then, of course, S-Tag, he left. They also lost their coach, Lome, or Lom, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. It's been a little messy. I've seen this lineup play in the Elisa Invitational, where they were looking very good in the group stage, but then they lost to the Dignitas, the old NIP lineup, in pretty convincing fashion. So it's kind of ups and downs. I think we still have a lot to see from this team. But yeah, I'm kind of happy they finally figured out who the starting five is going to be. What they do with it, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to see them have a solid five as well. And I think this team, Heroic, these next few weeks are just going to be so instrumental for really illustrating how the rest of their 2020 is going to look, because mentally, I think this team, the individuals on this team are just drained at the moment, because as you said, it's been a turbulent 2020 thus far, losing S-Tag, their longest standing member, losing their coach, losing their in-game leader in Snappy. So they've just had a whole restructuring of their team. And so that's why I mentioned the confidence aspect of this Tessus and Nico duo coming into this lineup, because that's something that they absolutely are going to need moving forward into 2020.
Yeah, and all eyes on 2020. Moreover, all eyes on Heroic now, who have that opportunity to beat Astralis. If there ever was a day, I think today was the day. So let's hear what they've got to say.
Our team has been through some kind of rough times as of late. There was a lot going on back when we were supposed to join Fun Plus Phoenix, and then something happens and it didn't work out, and we got back to Denmark and we did some roster changes. So basically now we almost have a complete new team. So I think for us right now, we need to find out how we want to approach CS, so we're all on the same page. And that's what we have been trying to do as of late, and we have been practicing a lot. And I think it has been going great so far. So I'm looking forward to play Astralis. If you want to beat Astralis, your team play really needs to be on point, because I think everyone would agree that Astralis probably has the best team play in the world. They also have a core who has played many years together now, and they have shown the recent years their strategic approach to the game has been really great. So I think if you want to beat Astralis, your team play and communication really needs to be on point. And of course, you have to have some individual players popping off as well, because of course they have some great world-class players on their team as well. So I think it's a mixture of both. So I just hope we can play our best game, and I think we have a good chance at beating them.
And everybody wants to talk about Nico and Tessus. Christine, I know that's I know that you're signed up to this fan club with these two, but I really have to talk about the other fan club in the room that no one's talking about, and it's that Cadian is also in this lineup, a man that has endured hell, but has also been entrusted with what's going on with the project. What do we think, Blay?
I'm a big fan of Cadian. I think ever since he came into this lineup, he's been not just taking over the reins for in-game leading, but also his offing. It hasn't really suffered, right? He's becoming one of this rare breed of fragging in-game leaders, but also being the primary offer. That's a lot of responsibility on his young shoulders. We say young, but he's been around the scene for a while. So yeah, I think more than Staven and these two new guys coming in, I think it's going to come down to Cadian just really showing up and leading by example to take this win.
Yeah, and he's got a long way to go. But again, I do think that today would be the day to try to beat Astralis if you're going to do such things. Speaking of which, that's what Heroic are going to do, and we have a best of 3 in our hands. We need to start talking about the maps, the vetoes, the picks they're in. Which one of you two lovely people would like to kick this off?
Potter, depends.
Yeah, just
All right,
volunteer.
I'll
Anyone
kick
there,
things
Blair?
off here. I think these map vetoes are thrown all out the window, and here we go. They're just flying out on our screens right away. Banned maps right off the bat. Overpass and Mirage are out the gate, and the first picks are going to be Train and Inferno.
I like that. I like this. Look, the Mirage ban from Astralis, that makes complete sense, right? It's a map they usually ban in a best of 3 series, especially in the first phase. The Overpass ban coming in from Heroic, they usually go for a second in the second phase. That's a little surprising, but that's fine. The Train pick is what I really like. They haven't played Train much, but if there's a map where they can potentially take down Astralis here, it's going to be on Train, because obviously the protocols, especially on the T side, especially when you have a new player fitting in, it's very crucial. All 5 players have to be on the same page, and as we saw Device say, they haven't really had much time to really get drilled on all the maps. So Train might be the weak spot, albeit bear in mind, Train is a map where on the CT side, if you have these 2 off setups going, it can be a problem. It can be a pain in the backside. And guess who Astralis have? They have Device, and they also have the newest player, that's Yugi. So it's hit or miss, but I like the pick from Heroic here.
Well, interestingly enough, we heard what Device had to say going into this matchup, and now thinking about pulling out a double op, does that seem like a risky sort of game plan to bank around, Christine?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess if you look at it from the aspect of the op falling out of the metagame pretty consistently in 2020, then yes. But right now with the economy, with the way it is, you just have so many more options, so many more gun rounds, and so many more options to actually buy the AWP. So I think having double ops is absolutely a viable strategy, and I expect to see it coming out of Astralis, especially on the CT side.
Especially given the fact that Yugi's in the server. And I think that, just that alone packs a little bit more punch than I think maybe we've given it credit to. Yugi has been around for quite some time now. So just adding him to the lineup isn't like they just went down to a local baseball park and picked up the Little League player and said, hey, you're playing with the New York Yankees now. Now, it's not quite like that. Yugi has seen a fair share of Counter-Strike action.
Absolutely, but it's kind of like Bless said, even with the kind of Counter-Strike action that we have seen from Yugi, it hasn't been quite that successful. But Zonic seems to have this secret eye, right? Because he even picked Magix out of the bushes, and somehow, some way, he saw a different kind of potential in Magix than anyone else saw. And now Magix is like the best big pit player on Inferno ever, right? So I think if Zonic sees some sort of potential in Yugi, we just have to believe, right? And so I have faith as well.
It's all about the belief, Trace. All about the belief.
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, what do I really believe in? Holy man, I really got to think about that.
What do you believe in, Trace?
No, I believe in A, good Counter-Strike. B, I believe that Counter-Strike is eternal, and that the flame that we have the flame that we lit a few months back, well, it's still going to keep on going. Of course, here for the DreamHack Master Spring 2020, this obviously all kicks off. It all kind of culminates with what is Heroic and Astralis. Kind of puts us right back to where we are now. And moreover, I think it's only proper for me to include the community that makes this all very much a reality. So what we've done here is set it up so that you can vote in Twitch chat. And of course, we had this during the Road to Rio. We have this now. This is one of my favorite features. That's going to be hashtag AST or hashtag HERO. Now, Christine, if they're from a time where we're from, hell, even you, Blah, we're talking about you could join pound Astralis or pound Heroic. But of course, we don't really use the pound sign anymore. It's all hashtags these days.
Hashtags
right?
now. Hashtags.
That's one of the tragedies of modern day social media, I guess. I like still calling it pound.
Yeah, of course. I think it sounds a lot cooler. Pound's a lot better. Anyway, we're going to go into a break. We come back, and we are going to be ready to jump into this game. We're going to take a look at the poll, and we're going to be starting off with Astralis taking on Heroic. We'll be right back, everybody.
Flashbang's affected. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mousesports alive.
Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
Can they actually close this out? Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mousesports.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Before lonely, now I'm worth fighting for. Echoes bounce between your walls. I see when your curtains fall. I call like a bitch, but you know I caught your bluff. Now you are the victims, love, I had enough. Cruising on a joyride, light heart, I feel free. Now you see me when you can't steal my shine. Feel me when I'm not yours this time. Let go. I'm not the one to blame. I see that you are still the same. I run like a bitch, but you know I caught your bluff. Now you are the victims, love, I had enough. Cruising on a joyride, light heart, I feel free. You're out of the picture, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Boy, c'est la vie. Down, c'est la vie. Boy, c'est la vie. Down, we're such a sad face. Why such a sad face? Why such a sad face? Why such a sad face? Now you call like a bitch, but you know I caught your bluff. Now you are the victim, stop, I had enough. Cruising on a joyride, light heart, I feel free. You're out of the picture, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Boy, c'est la vie.
Well, the stonks are going up, and so are the stocks, even if you're looking into this matchup and you're thinking, wow, exactly why should I invest my time to this? Well, that's because Glaive is not playing today. Yugi is playing today for Astralis. And we're finally going to get a taste as to what is going on within the camp that's offering about 6 or 7, 8, maybe 10 deep on their lineup. Welcome back, everybody, to the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. Astralis taking on Heroic, and alongside of me are Christine and Blab. But of course, what we do need to do is take a look at those results from the Twitch chat. Now, we've asked them all to vote. We've asked for just about everything that you can think of, but you came through one more time. Blab, Christine, do me the honors here.
Reasonable. I'm still going to go to Astralis here. Christine, you might be a little bit more mad than I am, so...
Yeah, you know, I really wanted to go for Heroic here. I'm still very much excited to see their lineup play, but again, if there's one team that's gonna make this work, make a Yugi work on the lineup, it's gonna be Astralis. So I gotta go with Twitch chat here as well.
Wow.
Make a Yugi work. That's a weird way to put it. Now, Christine, I don't know if there's a world where I ever would have predicted against Astralis. Given this situation, though, I can understand how you might see a little bit of weakness there. But speaking of weakness, I'm going to have to return to you two here in a short second because we do have some weaker individuals in attendance today, ones that are going to be casting our matchup. In fact, we have them not too far from us. And if they listen it closely, they could probably hear me. A little bit of Harry and Hugo action reunited with the boys. Hey, what's up? Pound it. Pound it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah,
oh, you mean over there?
How did you understand that?
I wasn't
what
looking at Trace.
Was going
I was
on,
looking at the camera like a true professional, Harry. Not looking at my program monitor, but yeah,
Trace,
we're here.
Man, how you doing? I missed you, buddy.
It's been a long time. You know, we did that TriCast back for the road to Rio, and, you know, I've been thinking about it ever since. It's been a while. And, you know, I really didn't know what to do with my off day, just kind of contemplate how to really do my own job, my own craft. But to say I miss you guys, that's not even close to the truth.
Well, Trace, I'm glad feelings are mutual here in the camp. We're ready to get on with this game, though. I don't know what you're doing on the desk, but Astralis are waiting around the corner now to take on Heroic. And boy, what a game this is going to be. Yugi in Astralis. And for this to all get announced today, Harry, how crazy. I woke up thinking we just see Glaive like normal, and no, a spanner in the works.
But yeah, I'm excited because, you know, I remember when S-Tag first got bought into a discussion around this team, right? And we kept asking, like, when are we going to get to see him? When are we going to get to see an extra man in the squad? Well, the answer is A, not S-Tag. B, it's today. That's when we get to see it. Yugi, of course, getting brought on in to fill that role. And, well, we don't have to wait long before we get into this one, Hugo. It's Train, it's Astralis, it's Yugi, it's Heroic. It's a lot of words. And this game's about to begin.
Yeah, baby. DreamHack Masters, day one and match one. It's what we've all been waiting for. And we're straight into the action, Harry. We're not waiting around. Heroic, T-side start on their map pick. It's Train. And with Astralis in the outer yard, only 3 here. Dupree's going to find a first kill. Device dinked on the inner bomb site, but that bomb is already get planted on outer. We still have Astralis stacked on the wrong site, where they try and deal with this lurk of testers. They are at least getting the kills on A, but the bomb's been planted, and the retake is on with no kit.
Oh, yikes. And for Tessez and Nico left in this 2-on-5, they are going to be hard-pressed to get back into it. Tessez, the only man remaining, and even then, it only lasts for a matter of seconds. Astralis, they're going to find themselves the pistol around here. They get this locked in. My voice is broken twice in one sentence, and they're going to go 1-0 up to begin trade.
Yeah, and Yugi with 2 kills, best player in Denmark. We all knew it, Harry. This isn't a surprise to anyone, but no, of course, it is so exciting to see this guy in this team, right? After a good bit of time, you know, in Heroic, for example, dropping off for a bit, reappearing in Heroic, going to North. This guy, I mean, this guy's been everywhere. He's been all over the scene, and so to finally see Yugi play in literally the best team in the world, the best team in this country, it's got to feel pretty good for Yugi, and the pressure is definitely on for him to perform as well. So let's see how he does. 1-0 lead for Astralis. Heroic, they're on a bit of an eco here into that B bomb site, playing off of the bonus provided by that bomb pod. And they're looking for another one inside as well. Zipex with the molly denies it early, calls for a rotation, and Device will be here to cover up. But with Outer being completely empty and silent right now, Astralis have no reason to be worried. They know Heroic are likely stacked up inside of B looking for this plant.
Yeah, so that'll be Heroic stacked up outside of B and probably looking for this plant. Hugo, if I had to guess, they might just hinge on your every word exactly in this round. They're setting up outside of the B bomb site, and well, there's this guy, name's Device, pretty cool dude. He's got this M4 looking to do some damage in through the smoke. It's actually going to be Zipex doing the bulk of it, and forget I even mentioned Device, because Zipex, there we go. He does get it eventually. 4 kills on the board for him. And Astralis, they get themselves that conversion, they deny a bomb plant at B, and they handle it all amicably. So they're feeling pretty good about that one, Hugo.
Yeah, and for good reason. But Heroic, no worry, right? Bomb plant and the pistol, and they saved extra as well, so they can buy up in the third, and full rifles for them as well. Astralis are still running essentially a bonus round with a couple of SMGs in play, and the AWP is delayed. I think for me, that's the big question, is who's main AWPing? Are we going to see Yugi given that gun, or is Device going to manhandle it away from him? I actually don't know. So, yeah, you know, even the question of, like, double AWP, like, how do Astralis want to use Yugi inside of this team? Where do they want to put him? And I think a lot of those questions, at least, are going to get answered today. And that's why I'm even happier that we have like a trained CT side to start, right? No better place to bring out multiple AWPs in this map. And Astralis, well, we're waiting for that. Oh, that's a bad timing spot. Device looks upper. There are two players there, but he's just peeled off as Testis clears the corner. So now it's not the bomb, but Heroic are looking to put a bit of a fake on this B bomb site. Device is going to spot it. He's about to rotate outer. Heroic are throwing their full utility and trying to retake main.
Oh, Testis has gotten into B, and while all this is going on, Stown just still selling this little fakeroo into the A bomb site. Now that he's slowed right down, actually, he's available to come in late on this flank. And Astralis, they don't even look like they're attempting this one. This is already the this is already the save, or at least it's meant to be. And well, Stown is hunting down a couple of these guys, but that should be his kind of fragging journey coming to a close any moment now. Dupree should be able to get away with the MP9, but he'd probably like something a little bit better than that. There are some other weapons dropped about the place that he's going to try and retrieve. Heroic, though, they waste absolutely no time in getting their first round on the board here and now. Of course, the attempt at the bonus from Astralis, and Hugo, I have to agree with you, it did feel a little bit unfortunate there with Device's info peak and upper just being mistimed to actually spot the B play there. Could have been a very different round if they'd had just one more man at B, but that kill comes in at the site, they lose it, then they lose a man on the lurk from Stown, and that's it, the round's out the window. There's nothing you can do if you're Astralis. You're 3-on-5 out of the gate.
Yeah, Heroic, a nice little fake execute there, and they're going to reap the rewards of it. So full rifles once again, and Astralis have upgraded their bonus buy, so level playing field now into the fourth round of this map. Again, the solo in a play, and Heroic at least want to push Zipex back early, and that's a good way to just default if you're Heroic on this map. At bare minimum, force Zipex to an uncomfortable position, because that will allow a rotation from Astralis in towards B, and well, right now, that's not going to be the case. The disc is killed Borup, and right now, Astralis are very hungry, hankering for fights, pushing the perimeter. Dupree and the Pop Dog, he's going to get dropped onto. Lots of damage, but Nico getting away with a kill. Astralis have the smoke down on Ivy, and a spam's going to hit Device down low. He returns the favor, but no one's come out well here for either side. Heroic are going to decide to leave that position and go back towards the B halls. Two players above Pop about to drop. He just mows them down. Nice and easy stuff. That's going to leave Heroic in a real predicament. Two players, very low health in a 2-on-4 against Astralis.
What do Cadian and Stout even do now? 2-on-4, and both players very, very low on HP. They are looking really for any sort of mistake that Astralis are going to make. And for you keen listeners out there, you'll note that mistakes in Astralis aren't really two words that go hand in hand. So let's see if any are made. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. There's 20 seconds left. Time is also a problem for Heroic, so this is just going to be the save. Now, you know, with holding on to these two guns, they still have an investment coming in the future. They've still got another go at it. Thus far, it kind of feels like we have yet to see like a full back and forth round of Counter-Strike. Like, all of these rounds have just been decided based on the first few kills that have come in. So I kind of can't wait to see what Heroic or Astralis have planned for the mid-round, because right now it has just been, yeah, we won the opening fight, we win the round. And
yeah, I on top of that as well, the one round Heroic won was a really nice fake execute, and you know, it forced Astralis out of it. They realized that they had, you know, the play was too good. They had to give it up. They had to play safe, and they couldn't retake it. I want to see another one of those from Heroic. How many intricate fakes, how many strategies, how many executes do they have out of the gate? It's been some time since we've seen this team, and of course with Hunden behind them, I mean, this is a really dangerous Heroic roster now. So yeah, let's see what they've got moving forward. Another rifle round, like you said, brought up around that save. It's a double setup with Device covering Yugi. The first open play, it's on Device. Good to see. Yugi gone very early. Device with an uncharacteristically missed shot, and that will leave his teammate in a very, well, dead situation. I mean, if Device doesn't hit the kill, Yugi is dead. So that's simply what's happened. Heroic have a man advantage. Device having to concede Ivy early and rerouting through Old Bomb instead. Astralis, in the meantime, look to take other areas of the map. And Pop Dog gets prodded, it gets poked. But you'll notice Heroic are grouping outside of B for an execute. A safe decision, knowing Astralis are likely to have only one in the outside, in the inside sight rather. And combined with the fact that they have a lurk up Ivy in the form of Stound, he can come in on a bit of a backstab.
Let's see what Stound can do here. And he's going to be a pretty important player as this push is coming in over here towards the B site. Device, he is going to turn heads there by opening up with the first kill. Zipek's now taking a bit of a peek at as well. Doesn't see anyone the first time around, but now through the smoke, Borup does find himself getting deleted. And while they are ready for a man wrapping in through Ivy, it's still Stound finding the kills. This actually leaves a 3-on-3, and this now has the added pressure of a lurk, spurring Astralis deeper into the bomb site. They're trying to pick up the pace. They're trying to close the distance here because they know eventually Stound is going to be there behind enemy lines, but they've dealt with everyone in the front line, and that only leaves you with this one man. He's too far away. The round is over.
Some teams really mess that up, and I'm so glad to see Astralis don't. So many teams will either focus one individual player to deal with that lurk, which cuts down the amount of players you have retaking, or stop the entire retake to focus on the backline. But the issue is with playing like that, Stound can delay as long as he wants, and if his team aren't getting the contact, Stound's not going to move out of spawn. Astralis go, well, he's on his own. Let's just leave him. Let's kill everyone else. And they chase down Heroic on the site. They tap the bomb. They force a fight. They kill everyone. And then they go, well, the last dude is in the other side of the map. He's in our spawn. So let's just stick the defuse. Excellent round for Astralis. Not falling for any shenanigans from Heroic. Knowing that flank is coming through and just avoiding it as they should. 4-1 lead here on the CT side. It may be Heroic's pick, but Astralis are truly looking in control so far.
Man, that little data tip. I can't even think of the word, mate. Data tip. That
data
definitely.
Tip. Wow, what are you, a robot?
Yeah, man. Just give him the old data tip. It's up on the screen, and it reminded me of something from like the original Xbox days. I was loving it. It was pretty cool. It said that Yugi gets 48. I think it was. I was too busy mesmerized by the data tip, but yeah, pretty cool, I guess. Here we go. Heroic coming in with the spy.
Yeah, we got a double AWP as well. Finally, the moment we've been waiting for. Yugi armed and dangerous with a scoped cannon. This CT side of train is certainly going to bode well for it. He's going to hit a bit of a tag. Tesla's low early. Magisk above the smoke. Not for long. Nico reads it. And Heroic can move very deep into the site. They've actually pressed Astralis all the way to the back. Dupree's the only guy still left in A. And with him going down after just one, it's left Astralis playing retake on a bomb site they initially had 4 at. This is a bit of a predicament. There's not much I can do about it. Hoping these AWPs can pop off in the post plant. Will Heroic give them the satisfaction?
Yeah, I mean, if there ever was a trial by fire for the double AWP setup here now on Astralis, it's this one. Yugi and Device, both with them, but they're looking to save. They're not looking to go for it. Still really feeling like I've yet to see this double AWP do anything. It's another one of these rounds where they've tried to bring it out, or they've tried to bring it in, rather, for the first time, and the round is just decided immediately on the back of the kills that Nico is able to grab on his fast A plays. So we're going to have to wait another round to see if this double AWP is all that effective, because in this one, it's already over, and it's already fallen in favor of Heroic.
Nice fast little execute there from Heroic. A switch up of pace is certainly the solution after a lot of slow rounds where they've just been playing off the back of 1 kill and grouping for an execute. This one's a little bit spicier, catches Astralis off guard, and now this double AWP definitely has to have their work cut out for them as Heroic have one of their own, Cadian, brought up into this round. Going to take it towards inner early alongside Nico, who is leading the charge. Zipex looks a little bit more keen to fight on the ramp this time. He's not moved away, not perturbed by the utility of Heroic and the clear footsteps that there are members above. In fact, there are a lot of members above. 4 here. With Borup playing late, he's throwing a flashbang, and Heroic, they expect to just hit this B bomb site, it seems. And again, with them being quiet on A, Astralis, what do? They rotate an AWP over.
But Device and Zipex have still got to have a pretty stellar hold here at B. And actually, as I say that, the bomb's going to start to go back. Suddenly, Heroic, they've decided that they don't really like what they've seen at B. They know that they might have drawn some rotations. Now, do be sure to keep our eye on Zipex. You can see that he's about to potentially aggress into these upper halls. Tessus is holding for the Pop Dog push. But if Zipex does indeed go aggressive, he will end up getting that information that these halls are clear again. But he's actually backed away from that position. And Heroic, now having left this B bomb site all the way back towards T-spawn, 30 seconds, setting up outside of A. It's going to fall to the likes of Dupree, Magisk, and Yugi to hold down the firing line.
Yeah, well, Dupree, the first of which, already finding Tessus above the Pop Dog. That's cut off this split for Heroic. They're all coming from T-Con, and Magiska's just dropped a smoke at 20 seconds. Heroic, this is a save. There's nothing they can do. Astralis was set up perfectly for this, with a double Pop Dog player, plus a man on the E-box watching the side of Ivy. That was Yugi with the AWP. Heroic, they just walk into an aggressive setup for Astralis, and they're not ready for it. That's an unfortunate round for Heroic. I guess they group up in B early, but it's very clear by the utility of Astralis that they know Heroic are there, right? Zipex is throwing in Molotovs, he's cycling all his grenades, trying to make sure he can delay as long as possible, and he hasn't even seen anyone yet, so it's more of a read. And Heroic, they just try and go and clear out the area of the map they've lost, hoping that maybe they catch an Ivy push, a T-Con push, and as a result, Astralis, because of that aggression, will have stacked B, but it wasn't the case. They were just 3-2 split, and Heroic walk into the 3. That is going to leave Astralis taking another round, and Heroic again want to throw in a bit of a faster approach to this one.
Well, Yugi's just been deleted. Borup following up. Magisk is here now, like trying to save the day a bit, trying to kind of pick up team spirit in this round. And I'm of course talking about the team spirit of Astralis, not the CIS legends. Magisk down towards Ivy, keeping his eye on this location, while the rest of the gang now try and take a position to deal with main. Magisk, though, he's got his head on a swivel, and this man is looking like Owlboy here. He's blowing that head around. He's finding kills left and right, but finally, Stan will come in with the trade, and now it's Device, 1v2. AWP in hand and falling back into the Pop Dog. He's looking for a means to this end of this round. Stan, eyes sharpened, looking into this A bomb site. Can't spot Device, and so Device is making pretty good time on this wrap round now. Does find himself over in main. And this slowdown from Heroic has given Device all the room he was hoping for. They don't know it. They've tried to play this together. They've tried to group up, but actually, this is exactly what Daddy Device wanted in this 1v2.
Yeah, and now time is going to be the problem. Heroic, they might be going B through CT. This is a great call. It's going to be the last place Device expects, but now they reroute on Old Bomb, and that's walking into the path the Device is on as well. He's about to get the info. They're not going to check it. That's the kill. 14 seconds. Trades out to the AK-47. The bomb on the ground, and Heroic need to get that plant in. Device has a spot, and he knows Stown's likely sticking it. Going to move closer and closer. On top of the train. Stown in the sight, and the jump for Device. Oh, he gets peaked mid-air, and Stown closes the round. Great work from Heroic. They actually do manage to shut down that 2-on-1 rather. It looked, if anything, favorable for Device at a point in time with that flank coming through, but it's going to be Stown saving this one. Dear, oh dear. Close as they come. 3 rounds for Heroic, though, and they're keeping things competitive. And now Astralis starting to lose a little bit of this money. You're going to have to go back to the solo AWP. So Yugi, I mean, he had 2 kills in the pistol round. We've not seen him do anything yet, but keeping our eyes on him. Don't you worry. We got a litmus test for Yugi. Figuring out his pH levels as we speak.
Oh, he's going to find himself getting mollied out of Ivy. And this actually opens up a potential way in for Heroic. He's still floating around. The bomb is outside of B, though. So these guys in Ivy are nothing more than a little distraction. And now, actually, on the back of seeing Device's AWP ring out over at the B bomb site, this might be a change of strategy from Heroic. However, it's brains meeting brawn down in Ivy, and Magisk has come out on top. Cadian on 1 point of health, and Magisk almost with a double. He has turned Heroic away from this A bomb site. They're still sticking around. They're still looking like they want to go for it. But with 3 players here for Astralis, Magisk getting aggressive. Cadian, this should be the end of him, and it is. Cadian has been removed. Borup, Tessus, 2v5 now. You're asking a lot. and they're not able to deliver. Borup, left all alone, does at least have himself this bomb, but yikes, man. Didn't even hear the shot from Device. That's how stealthy he was. 6 on the board for Astralis. Once again, it's Magis from Old Hell, just laying down the pain. Even goes aggressive back into Ivy to chase that kill down. Magis is looking real good right now. You know, he heard the term in-game leader thrown around, but he's interpreted it as leading in-game, which is very much what he's doing right now. 11-3, top in the charts.
I mean, without his pesky IGL telling him, Magis, you can't push
Yeah,
this.
Magis, don't go Old Hell. You're going to die. They're coming from both main and Ivy. Don't play there. And Magis, you know, he's loving it right now. Glaive's sat at home, not telling him what to do, and he's got all this freedom. Look at him go.
Yeah, Astralis in control, but it is still back and forth, right? This game has been actually fairly exciting to start, right? The scoreline may not look good for Heroic, but on the T side of the train, this is a good track record so far. They should be happy with this, but again, looking to build. Probably won't be getting a lot done in this round. It's an eco, and with armor behind some of these pistols, they might want to just charge into B, look for this bomb plant. Pretty common occurrence in these low-buy rounds. Astralis are playing 4 outside, and with no rotate player either, Device was pushed up towards Ivy, so he's got a bit of a longer route, but he has begun said route and moved that AWP over towards B. Every time Heroic have come B, Device has been here, so he's been very, very good at knowing when to come in through this connector, when to assist Zipex inside of B. And I mean, to be fair, it has been pretty obvious, right? When Heroic are going B, they're silent on A. So right now, they're just going to walk into the firing line. Device fires off his AWP. Zipex waiting in the middle of the bomb train. Should be able to deny the plant as well, but he's looking to take kills before that. Dropping down, the Deagle pushed up. Borup has found Device, but there's another AWP coming through connector. Yugi getting very tagged up. Needs to be careful. Zipex will clean up the job instead, and Astralis should be able to save that secondary AWP as well. So 7-3. The ecos made quick work of. No bomb plant for Heroic, and that was kind of a must-have. You can see their money is pretty whack. They would be eco anyway, but and now definitely not buying. So it's going to be Astralis leading a little better.
Stound's gotten very, very deep on A, and Yugi is not aware of this whatsoever. He's not even taking it into account. Oh dear, Dupree doesn't know. As far as he's aware, Yugi has been holding main. Stound is just an unknown entity right now out in this A bomb site, and he's only armed with a P250, and I think he's worried that they know where he is, but they really don't. Yugi has got absolutely no idea.
Ooh,
oh no!
He's walked past.
They missed each other. Dupree, he's behind you. Dupree, I'm talking to you now, my friend. He's behind you. Oh my goodness, how has this happened?
What if Yugi makes noise? If he scopes, he's dead, and he has no idea.
How has he done this? He doesn't even know he's done this.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. They don't know. No one knows. I don't really know how this is even.
And here's the issue, Harry. The bomb's coming back. It's going to come back to spawn. They're going to go, guys, walk through T-Con. It's clear.
Dear.
It is not clear. Dupree is in enemy lines, not behind them, inside of them, and he's ready. He's waiting. Unless the bomb goes Ivy.
How's this happened? Glaive wouldn't have let this happen. This wouldn't have happened.
But this is perfect for Astralis.
This is great for Astralis now. Like, it started off looking like it was going to be a problem.
Oh,
but they're thinking Heroic, like, ha ha ha, main's clear. Yeah, we're going to... Oh, Stound does get Yugi, but Dupree on the main push, unsurprisingly, does get the rest. And, yeah, a bit of an interesting one. Yugi's probably not very happy with how he just died.
Heroic are probably mad at Stound. They're like, Stound, how is he in main, mate? You just came out Olaf. How's he there? I don't understand. But Stound's going to be very confused when he watches that demo back. He looks up. Dupree walks below him. Funny stuff. Astralis up to 8. That's a great round for them, but not one they can really repeat as they hold a commanding lead. Double AWP. Continuing. Yugi hit some shots with it in that round as well as they feed the beast inside of main. Where do Heroic want to go now? They're fully armed and kitted in towards B. This is one of their last rifle rounds, right? Assuming they obviously aren't going to pick up any more, which is usually a safe assumption playing Astralis. Heroic are only going to have 2 buy rounds in this half, or 2 more. So scary stuff. They definitely need to put a dent in this one, and Astralis are actually allowing them to do so. For the first time on a B hit, Astralis don't rotate Device in time, and so it's just Zipex here playing very passive, looking to retake. Astralis are not going to be worried about this, but it will at least give Heroic that money they so desperately desire with the bomb bar.
That's the win in and of itself if you're lucky enough to be heroic right now. They will get this bomb planted and now closing the distance. Device spamming this Tech 9. That's going to give his position away. And Testez continuing to go aggressive. Actually runs out of ammo. Magisk and Dupree, they put this back in a good situation for the Astralis side. 3v2 now. Orb's still up in the retake. That's going to be in the hands of Yugi, and he's going to have to be instrumental here in this retake, holding down these post plants. The molly burns out Borif, and now they know where Cadian resides, but Yugi not able to get the shot off, and now just thinking the bomb. Cadian, he's on it! Cadian's on it! And he just about gets him off. It's going to be heroic, getting a 4th round up on the board. Cadian wins out that 1v2. And it's close, but no cigar for Astralis.
Nice attempt from Yugi. I don't know how the hell that ends up going in the way of Heroic, right? They really dropped the ball with their aggressive play. You know, Testa's running out of ammo, going towards CT. Nico gets aggressive, gets a kill. He tries to trade, but Astralis have already come out connector and jumped above the smoke at that point. Nico gets caught, and it all comes down to Cadian. He does put 4 on the board for Heroic. And as he draws Astralis' money into question, this has 2 results, right? Either Astralis sweep the half here, or Heroic have a really, really good T-side and like to get 6-7 rounds. That's looking possible with Astralis' money on edge. Big grenade hits Cadian. Matches. Shooting.
No, not again.
Oh no.
He couldn't even see. Magisk, that's not fair. That's not fair, Magisk. Come on, you can't do him like that. They're Danish as well. Heroic. 3 on 5 now on the back of Magisk, just fully blind. Mopping up the pop dog, and here comes Dupree to help out as well. This leaves Stown and Cadian 2 on 5 in the blink of an eye. Or in Magisk's case, you didn't even get to blink. Your eyes are basically closed the whole time. Deary me, how are they going to recover this? Cadian over in main. The bomb is on the back of Stown, heading over towards this B site. Cadian's, you know, like teasing with the tip of the AWP a bit, trying to give it away. Dupree, very invested in keeping an eye on this, and he will catch Cadian. So yeah, this would be nuts if Stown does it. But I don't know if he's going to do it. 1v5 here required.
Here's the audio, here's the AWP falling back, that's something, and actually no one's watching the pop dog, so a bit of a free kill, but Magisk comes from above, Stown kills him. Oh dear, messy one. Luckily, there's only 15 seconds left. Astralis looking to stop this bomb from getting planted. Zipnix doesn't want him to cross to the site. He's going to play at the back of the train, does spot him, and Stown, he fakes it out. Zipnix just in the heads of his enemies, rent-free, doesn't even need to push, and even though he does, it doesn't matter. The grenade will finish the job, and even just spotting Zip at the back of the site did enough to win the round, right? Because Stown goes, I can't plant, Zip will rush me, and he just has to fake it. And there we go, Astralis, they close it out with a grenade. Yugi's had 2 grenade kills, 1 HE, 1 Molotov in this game. I have been keeping track, yes. Got laser precision eyes on that man. Seeing how he performs for his debut in Astralis. We're still, of course, waiting for S-Tag in Heroic as he is contracted until June, or July rather. So keep your eyes on that later as well. Heroic, though, fast play up Ivy. The pistols are out, and not for long. The Molotov will make quick work of them. It's a bit of a barbecue as Stown picks up a gun, but he's left again in another ace clutch situation.
Yeah, he was able to get it down to the wire last time, but this time around doesn't fare too well. Picks up the first 2 before getting traded by Device, and so Astralis up 10-4 at this point in time on Heroic's map pick, no less.
Magisk is just looking so good today. Very free, very capable. 2-on-1 in opening duels, 5 multi-kill rounds, 14 frags. He's top of the board, 15 now rather. So that's what you like to see for Astralis as they look for this commanding first half. Heroic on their last round of the half, and they set 2 in towards B early. Does Zip want to make the move up pop dog? No. Going to keep things somewhat safe here for Astralis. Device is on B, but he's getting spammed. Oh, that's the first time Astralis have decided to put an AWP there. And Heroic, they believe it's too good to be true. They shoot the wall. They do a lot of damage to Device. And with this Ivy control being taken by Heroic, Yugi's watching onto it. So he knows that no one's committed. He knows that no one's gone backtracks, at least yet, for Heroic. And that is valuable information for Astralis on this B.
Yeah, now there's a lot of attention from Astralis over at this A-bomb site right now. They will rotate Zipex on back round, and he's dropped himself a smoke. Down at the ramp, Magisk actually aggressing into main. Strips one from the ranks of Heroics. Down has gotten out through Ivy, but there should be a man keeping an eye on this. Actually, he's slipped by. Using that smoke, he's caught a timing past Yugi, and will end up taking care of a man at the A site. Now Dupree. Shut down as well. There's only one man alive over inside of B, and with his death, the bomb is now given over to Astralis. Down once again, asked to clutch here for Heroic in another undoable clutch round. It feels like 12 points of health to his name and a 1v3 to 5.
Yeah, Stoun's had a great half, but he's been left in so many clutches, so many lurks and flanks that Astralis are just ready and waiting for, and they'll have no issue here and now. 11-4 at the end of the first half. Astralis in full control on Heroic's map pick. We're going for a break. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment. Do stick around here for day one of DreamHack Masters Spring.
Let me get you alone. I've got a little place in mind. Let me take you alone. There's gonna be a space and time. Let me get you alone. I've got a little place in mind. Let me take you alone. There's gonna be a space and time. Congratulations on your brand new sound, and all the record stores are closing down. Stand up and shout before too long. Replace the lyrics in our songs. When we meet a friendly face from the stars and take a bite out of this planet of ours. When would we be without supply and demand? The sky is full of people waiting to land. And circumstance never gave us a choice.
Well, Astralis 11-4 at the end of the first half of play, and those Betway odds paint a pretty grim picture indeed, and I think justifiably so. This is Heroic's map pick. This is Astralis playing with Yugi in the seat, and somehow, some way, they're finding themselves in a very, very big lead right here over on the T side now, as they look to try and continue this rip-roaring affair moving into the second half. Cadian set up over here in Pop Dog. There are players up above him. Astralis going to throw some what sounded like decoys down towards the Ivy side, also make a bit of noise, and now look to rejoin up with the rest of the guys outside of B. But there is still this double stack for Heroic, a fast rotation available from Cadian as well. They're going to be able to crunch down well.